Welcome to a moment of InStory Live. In the middle of the day, suddenly the clouds cleared, the sun came out, and the blue sky is shining through, sharing it with clouds. I have a big view behind me of the river and the sky, and as I started walking, I could feel a sense of actually lifting up, just lifting up the energy, lifting up, clearing the clouds, bringing in more light. And I start to sing and feel joy. And then I stopped and passed by a friend on the road, and standing are 6 feet apart from each other, and he's a neighbor, from my community, and we had a conversation, and one of the things I was thinking about and talking about is how many stories we can listen to. Sarah Shendelman, wow, so nice to see you, amazing. Where in the world are you these days? So I noticed a really interesting thing. I listen to people tell stories about what's happening from a lot of different perspectives, and it dawned on me that it's really fascinating and profound what story we choose to tell ourselves about what's happening. I've listened to everything. Hi, Ramona. I've listened to everything from the story of the virus starting in China with a bat in the market there, and then I listened to somebody who did a whole long thing on how it has nothing to do with that. It's all about 5G digital energy that's taking over the world, and that's what's really killing us. And then I listened to someone said a doctor said all the testing is inaccurate because there's lots of coronaviruses and the tests don't test for COVID-19 accurately. And then I listened to spiritual teachers from not from my tradition telling us it's the wealth transfer is happening, and then the environmentalists who say the planet, it's because the planet needs healing, and my spiritual teachers in my Jewish world, it's the coming of the Messiah, the what are called Messianic times, and the kindergarten teacher saying we're all being sent to our room, and on and on. We all are staying home, and all of the external things are dropping away, so we value what's real. It goes on and on and on. So here's my question. Hi, Anna. What story are you telling yourself about what's happening? And it all brings me all the way back to what I call leading from your lane. What is your deep truth? What is your lesson? What is your wisdom? What do you have to say that is healing, uplifting, positive? My friend who I was chatting with, he said, but look at all the good people are doing for each other. Look at the differences being put down, the way people are helping each other, which is really also so beautiful to see. So what do you choose to believe? Right? There are so many perspectives, and you can choose which one, and you can say it's true. And I can choose a different one and say, yours is not true, mine is true. This is always what it is, but this is such a moment where the entire world is going through something together, but we're not saying the same thing to ourselves about it. It depends who you listen to. So what I want you to do is listen to a lot of different things, and then focus on what is aligned for you, and then share. And hi, Linda. Then share from your soul. Here's what I believe. Here's how I lead from my lane. I believe that something new is being asked of each of us, and that you have a soul calling, and you can receive this really amazing higher guidance to lead and bring something new and good and beautiful into the world now. So that's my lane, right? That's been my lane all this time, In fact, that's been and this is what you're going to find in yourself. That's been my lane forever. Helping children find what is beautiful for them, and to find what lights them up, what's good about them, what's good about you. Lead with that. So what's your soapbox? You always hear me get up on mine, right? Like I wrote my undergraduate thesis on the importance of imagination in learning. We need imagination. transformation. We need new vision. It has to come from joy and beauty. I've been taking pictures when I go on my walk of small moments of beauty. So, what's your lane? How do you lead from your lane? And then and I'm standing so strong to inspire other women to join my InStory group. That it's your visionary journey for a year of transformation. And oh my gosh, some of the women in InStory are on, listening right this second. We had our call yesterday, and I can't even hardly explain what it is that happens. It's this incredible connection and intimacy. And we do this online, and we've been doing it for 5 years. Different women have come through, each for a year, some for longer. And there's something new happening. We have this reach, and now everyone's being forced to understand how we can interconnect this way. So, what's your story? Who have you always been, and have you put it on hold and been in hiding? Time to come out of hiding and share the beauty and the essence of your soul. So if you are in my InStory group watching right now, post why it's so awesome that we're in this group together, and inspire those of you who are not part of it to join. And then also, no matter what you do about that, what's your story? What story are you listening to? What story are you telling yourself about what's happening right now? Choose your story. Hi, B. Choose the story that is going to be the most uplifting and healing and positive for you and the people you lead. And now, it might not be that you lead a giant community. It might be you lead your family, your neighbors, but at least lead yourself into something uplifted. Really, it's super interesting. It's just so interesting when you look at how many different stories are being told. You become free to see something new because you realize you're not trapped in one story. Really, this is just such a profound thing. And right now, like, one of the stories I live with is my Jewish story, right? So in my Jewish story, we're about to go into the holiday of Passover. And they are ancient, archetypal, essential stories. So Passover is all about leaving slavery and constriction into freedom and expansion. So, like, it's happening all right now. It's so crazy. My husband and I were, during the Gulf War, we were in Israel, and it ended on the story of Purim, and that story in our world mirrored the Purim story. So that's because that's my story that I live. So I choose to see the world through that lens because it is healing and uplifting and empowering. So that's the story that I use. So here's the thing. I think what happened to a lot of us is, as children, we knew our soul story and we tried to live it. And the people around us, because of whatever reasons they'd been hurt and so forth, shut us from living our true soul stories. But you get another chance. You get to have it back. And we're in such an extraordinary, unique, and different time in our world that those of us who are not flat out fighting for our lives in this moment, and may they all be healed and may that be stopped, those of us who are physically able can lead with light. Lead with your light. Lead with your soul story, and help others to do the same, and get support so you keep doing it. And as a business coach I listened to said, we have to do what we can that's about now, and then where we're going to be for right after, and where we're going to be for the forever. And I think those of us who are really committed to leading with this elevated light, higher guidance energy, we are being asked now to set the stage. And I don't know. It's a thing. And if you have a thing that's meant to get out in the world, this is the time to do it. Don't sit in the spin cycle, staying stuck with something you've been thinking about for a long time. Don't let your old story hold you back. Okay? Don't do that. Time to shine your light, time to lead with your light, time to lead with your intuition and trust it. So I couldn't help it. When I get inspired, now that I know how to do these Facebook Lives, you're all like stuck with me here. And oh, this is so sweet. I have to show you something. Put a little note on here that says, nature will be our solace, and our solace. And here's just a little bit of a view. This, I'm not in the big forest. This is actually, see, there's the neighborhood there, and then here's a little path, a little walking path that will come out on another street that connects the neighborhood. I'll switch back. Oh, Anna, thank you for sharing about InStory. We get so happy in our InStory group when somebody new joins our group. We just feel so uplifted by every single woman in the group. It's just amazing. We cannot do this new thing or anything. We can't do it by ourselves. We cannot hold this energy up alone, especially as women. Our way is to do it together. Totally, it is our way to do it together. And you know what? I was amazed when I started doing this deep work in the online domain. I wasn't sure it would work, honestly. And it's not that it replaces, God forbid, the need to hug each other, but I have been amazed at the incredible depth and intimacy and trust and support and inspiration that we have created in my InStory group every year with new women. Every time it's something, it's, I don't know, it's very extraordinary and very beautiful and inspiring. So um, so please share share your light, um, and so so share your light, share your brilliance, share your story, and remember to pay attention to the fact that you get to choose your story. Just think about that. Choose what story you choose the story that you are believing. You are not required to believe every story that's being told about why this is happening and what it means. Follow who you believe in, who you value. Lead from your lane, share your light, lead with your light. All right? I'm sending you all so much love and blessings. This is just one of my, in the middle of my walk, spontaneous moments to share with all of you, to just remind you about listening to and following and leading with your soul story, with your light. If you don't know what that is or how to do it, ask me. That's my thing. I can help you do that, so that you can do your thing. I help women in my world find their soul story, their voice, get the clarity and confidence to share it with the world. It's time. If you have lived a big, rich life, overcome extraordinary obstacles, it is time to share your light, your wisdom with others and help them. So do that. Trust your story, your soul calling. Look for that joy and that light, because that's going to help us. It's going to help us heal. I really mean that. So lead from your lane. Trust your soul story. And as I always say in farewell, remember to go out in the world, share your story, live your purpose, and be a blessing. Bye, folks.